Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, I just want to get home, really. So.
I mean, yeah. It's annoying having to do this often, isn't it? This podcast may contain questionable language, will contain spoilers, and thinks that all the schedule disruption is over.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 255 of MovieDrone. I'm definitely going to make an effort for a bit, I think, Steve.
I'll wait until you're done making an effort, and then I'll make an effort, Mark.
It has been a while.
Do you want to explain yourself?
I don't know. Why do I have to explain myself?
Well, it's your fault. I was all ready last week. I was sitting out here all warm and toasty, all waiting.
I mean,
notes all written, all ready to go. And you just blew it off for another week, didn't you?
Yeah. I've got. I came back from holiday, straight into a 13-day shift at work, and it's not the fact that I can get over here and record. It's the fact that I don't have time when I'm working at the weekends to edit.
No,
because you know,
it's all working around you, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still in. Thanks for asking. I'm still in this 13 day. I've done 100 hours at work. You know, just my presence here is something extremely
I should have had a round of applause or a small violin button. Sorry, mate, you didn't give me the heads up.
As if you've remembered how to work the buttons. We'll see, won't we?
Yeah.
I'm not going to edit the pauses in between or the wrong buttons that you press because you fucked.
So editing's no excuse not to get it out then.
No, not at the moment. But yeah, well, you know, I'm hoping to get back to a 2-week schedule. Yeah, so maybe we could do some guests and that. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, we got two certains we got to get on. Yeah, WTM and MovieDrone, Peter.
Yeah. Let's mix it up a bit before Christmas. You know? We've got some people to please. Yeah. So how have you been?
I've been all right, mate. Thanks. I've done some stuff. I went to Italy. Italians, mate. They're pricks, aren't they?
I mean,
there's no excuse for them.
Some of them are, you know. I mean, you know, you can find the odd racist one and that. I mean, I'm
not a fan of them. Not a fan of them. There was so many. It was Naples. There was so many Americans over there, and even the Americans were saying they were rude.
Oh, blimey, they were being rude, were they?
I mean, I'm just putting it out there. I mean, we was having some lunch. Cass, I couldn't eat nothing because she's allergic to the world, so we managed to find her a salad, and she said to the bloke, "Here, me old mate. Ain't got some mayonnaise for my salad, have you?" And he went, "Eh? Mayonnaise? Eh?" So I did the action. I was going, "Oh, mayonnaise." Now, you knew what the fuck she meant, mate. You knew. Why are you being a bellend about it?
You just wanted the action. You just wanted to wait for the action.
25 minutes later, and asking 4 times, it turned up so she could finally eat a salad, they're all brainwashed. They'll think it's absolutely amazing over there. Their pizza's the best pizza. It ain't. Everything's the best over there. It ain't. But it's nice, Naples. Shithole. It's a shithole. But it's nice.
Is it an industrial town, Naples? It's like Reykjavik.
Basically falling apart.
It's like Reykjavik. Everyone says on Reykjavik. Out the outskirts of Reykjavik's nice. The actual part is a port. You know
all the bits are falling apart. Buildings falling apart. All they do is say, "Don't walk to the edge." So that's helpful. But yeah, I went down to Sorrento. That was quite nice. Did Pompeii. Wander around that thing's fucking massive.
Is it?
It's huge. Oh. Saw some like dead people and stuff. Oh, did all that. Got on the trains. Oh. Cheap trains, cheap. Like €5. Sit on it 9 all day when they turn up, when they want to run them, when they feel like doing it.
They're too busy being racist somewhere, aren't they?
But yeah, I mean, surprising amount of army over there. They're everywhere, police and army, considering their reputation. But, you know, it was nice. It was nice over there. Walked a lot of miles. Then I come back, I've shut the garden down for winter, mate. Shut the garden down for winter, so barbecue's away, all chairs and tables away, fire pits away. Everything's tucked up for winter. It's going to be heat wave next week, apparently, isn't it?
Yeah, it starts on the weekend.
Might have shot a bit early. But, you know, I'm ready for when it comes.
Banana orders are up for the weekend.
Are they?
Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone's getting ready for bananas in the sun.
I don't know
Barbecue
why. I don't know why you. they said, "Oh, your orders are going to go up," and I went, "Why do people? What is it? They're not going to have a barbecue and say, oh, let's get some extra bananas, I
do like honey banana on a barbecue.
Of course you fucking
It's
do.
lovely, mate. Yeah. First of my Christmas presents I bought though. Yeah, the old Royal Mail saga's already started, so I've had to have one of them re-delivered already. So, other than that, mate, our town is fucked, isn't it? I bet we're glad you're working local now, aren't you?
A little bit, yeah.
Jesus,
it's just as bad local, but
that is fucked out. I like the way, right? So, just for an idea, we got 3 slip roads, right? So they've closed one, and then they closed another one. So and then diverted traffic. So we got 2 roads of slip roads and diverted traffic going down one, and they closed the other slip road for traffic management. It's fucking genius, isn't it?
You're only upset because it comes past you.
No, it's amazing. Our roads are quietest it's ever been.
Yeah. Oh, right.
I mean, if it weren't for having to get anywhere, the inconvenience of having to go anywhere, it'd be amazing. Don't see no one.
Don't go anywhere.
Other than that, mate, I've started a new course. That's quite interesting. Had enough, you sit there and you think, I ain't done nothing for a
Too many
while.
bats.
Yeah, so it's another bat course. It's a bat acoustics course. It's a bat sound analysis. It's as interesting as it sounds, but it's good.
Great.
Yeah, get to analyse all the bat calls and find out what species they are.
Oh, you've been living the dream.
I am living the dream.
Beautiful.
Yeah, how about you, mate? Where was this amazing holiday?
It was nice.
Yeah?
Yeah. Went up north, Northumberland, yeah.
Uh-huh.
It was a nice holiday. Yeah, very nice.
Did you move from the spot you kept sending me pictures from?
No, that was the place. That was the view from the house.
Yeah, I know, but you seem to be in the same place every day.
Oh, well, we had Steve days and Gill days. So Gill days we sort of went out, and Steve days we stayed in. Gill days we went out, Steve, yeah.
How many Gill days were there? How many Steve days were there?
Alternating.
Oh, was it?
Yeah,
so it's a Gill day today. She gets to decide you're going out.
Yeah. And then the other day I just went to the beach in the morning and then sat on my arsehole.
Just sedentary Steve days, yeah.
Very nice. I actually played a computer game,
a
new one.
16-bit?
No. And I got married in it. It's weird, isn't it? Got a new wife in it. Okay. I mean, she died. The one in the computer, not the one at home.
Did you kill her?
No.
Was it like one of them Sims ones where you can trap them in a room till they die?
That's the one I'm going for at home.
Oh, wow.
But no, so it's just a bit weird. I've got holiday blues a little bit, but I'm supposed to be off middle of next week for 12 days.
Yeah.
So just to let you know. And we've got some new people listening. Haven't we? Some different countries.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Lots of them.
Yeah, so what have they got in common? Well, they love super MovieDrone fans, Philippines, United Arab Emirates, and Luxembourg.
Yeah.
Good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very diverse.
What'd you call someone from Luxembourg? Luxembourgish?
Depends. Jim?
A Luxemburger?
I don't know.
No.
Well,
I'm just clearing it up so I don't make a tit of myself later because there was a name. And I thought, that sounds a bit Luxembourgish. Is that a word?
That's it.
Luxembourgish.
That's it. Okay. That's exactly it.
This might be someone from Luxembourg.
Yeah,
might be a bot. Who knows?
There's only about 7 people in Luxembourg, so I think
we've done all right.
Yeah, I think one download is like top of the charts. So we've done quite well.
So we got half a download.
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, so thank you very much to all those people from those countries.
Yeah, thanks.
Much appreciate it. Mate, you got any special thanks?
I've got some repost thanks, mate, from Billy Dees, Talk Nerdy to Me, Lewis Riehm, Olivia Calhoun, Tanja De Jong. That was a Luxembourgish, so it might be Tanja or Tanya. I'm not sure how Luxembourgish people pronounce their J's. Right Stuff Reviews, Tim, Paul at FilmBusters, Little Nick, who wished us, apparently we're dead to her, which was nice. Mike and Oscar, Keith, Noakes, mate. Thank you all.
They didn't really flow off the tongue, that one,
it
mate.
Didn't, because I suddenly looked down and all the rest of them were crossed out for the specials and I've run out of people very quickly.
Oh, thank you very much to everyone for those retweets and
reposts.
Special thanks this week for people who've gone the extra miles. Jill, Cassie, Jamie Russell, Shaun Panda Nicolson, Emirate Movies, LJ Human, Ian McIntyre, Mr. Positivity and Eric, Karim Helliwell, Cinema Recall, Movie Duel Podcast of Peter, Glyn and Ryan.
Thank you all.
Promo.
Have you ever wondered What is the most overrated film to win Best Picture at the Oscars?
Or what is the best Paul Verhoeven movie?
Oh, what the best Bond film is.
And the best outlaw biker movie.
Or the worst video game adaptation.
Well, here at the MovieDrone Podcast, we're here to answer those questions. On each episode, we select a subject based around movies, and then myself and my co-host each select a film that we think best fits that subject. The only rule being that you cannot pick a movie that has already been discussed on the podcast. So from best to worst, overrated to underrated, to anything that you can think of, here at MovieDrone Podcast, we've got it covered.
There we go. That's the lovely MovieDrone Podcast. I listened to Sittingbourne FM actually today. Yeah. It was good. I heard all the traffic updates. It was quite fun listening.
You're saying Peter sounds like he should be on Sittingbourne FM, yeah?
No, I'm saying it just reminded me that we were speaking about being on the radio at that time and how fun it would be to be doing the travel at the moment. So there we go. So that was a lovely MovieDrone Podcast. Latest episode, Best Workplace Comedy, which was they done Clerks and Car Wash.
Clerks.
Yeah.
Sorted.
I can't say, I don't think I've seen Car Wash.
No, nor have I. That's why. It's got to be Clerks.
And then on the next episode 21 they're up to soon. So they are doing a random selector, and Jamie will be on that one as well. And it looks like best something. That's what the random selector.
Okay, best something.
Yeah, maybe we should do put like a best film thing. They said that they're going to explain it, but maybe we should do like a random selector for
questions
for anything. So just choose a random selector.
I mean, pretty much we do, mate. What film do you want to do? That one? Yeah.
We should have like the stuff. Just chuck it at a dartboard and just choose shit.
Okay, I'm up for that. I'll sort something out.
Good, but please listen to our lovely friends over at MovieDrone Podcast, and hopefully we'll have Peter and his luscious voice on soon.
Yeah, apologies personally to Peter as well, because I was supposed to play that like probably 2-3 episodes ago. I went, I'll get it straight on the next episode, Peter, and then didn't. So sorry, but here it is. We waited for the big comeback episode.
So, ready?
Yeah.
Go on then.
Welcome to the Marc reads some film lines in some similar voices, and Steve has to guess the film from the lines read to get points game. Hashtag what's that film?
I honestly feel like I haven't done this forever. It's not the first time I've ever done it. I don't know what I'm doing.
You sent me a score through and I was like, what was the last one?
Oh dear. I don't know honestly what I'm doing. So mate, this is your quiz.
Yeah.
So it was a little while ago. I think I reminded you of what one it was. Who got what and what was it?
Well, it's Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels.
Yeah, I got 5, didn't I?
You did. You did, mate. You did. So did a lot of other people though, so hold yourself. These are the ones that I could find. I'm sure some other people have told me, but that was a long time ago. But Gill got a 5, mate.
She did.
Karim even got a 5. So you've mugged yourself right off, really. Been so happy about your 5. Karim smashed it at 5. Glyn got a 5. LJ got a 5. Emma got a 3. Port FilmBusters got a 5. And Peter and MovieDrone also got 5, mate.
That's a bit out of order, isn't it?
I know. It's like them university challenge questions when you get it, and so does everyone else.
I did it live, so all of them lot could have cheated.
Right, you're calling them cheaters. You're calling them out.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's exactly what I'm doing. So a good win for me last week. So what we got this week then?
Little clue for you. Just think about what month it is. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. No more. 5 points, mate. What's that film? My name is very fucking confused. What's your name?
Red October.
No. Fucking hell. No, mate. Okay, 4 points. What's that film? I went to bed in my shithole apartment and I woke up in an actual shithole.
You thrown me off with the clue.
Have I?
I wish you hadn't did the clue.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, I'd have got it.
Right.
But no, I don't know it.
3 points. What's that film? This is what they do, man. They kidnap and drug you. Before you know it, you're lying in a bathtub with your kidneys on eBay.
I do sort of recognise it, I think. Yeah. But you have thrown me off.
Okay.
No, I don't know.
No, 2 points. What's that film? He doesn't want us to cut through our chains. He wants us to cut through our feet. Hey!
No idea what that month has got to do.
Well, it's October.
Right.
It's horror month. It's a horror film.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Is that how loose that clue was?
Well, it's not that loose, is it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Anything?
Yeah.
Well, it's not like I said, well, it's March, mate. March is 7 months from October. October's horror month. We're literally in October.
It's still like 3 weeks away.
Yeah,
from...
but it's horror month.
Oh, right. Okay. I mean, we haven't
Hashtag
discussed
horror
it
month and stuff.
Is it? All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Fuck's sake.
The one point then, mate, the predictable one. What's the film? I want to play a game. Oh, well.
Dear. Oh, dear. Okay, if you think you know what that is, and let us know how many points you got via DM on the old Exy thingy.
Yeah, and just as a sort of warning, mate, when we get to December and I go, don't forget what month it is, right? I mean Christmas. Yeah? Fuck my mind.
Oh, dear. Okay, shall we move on?
Yeah.
This is... hockey. Obviously, we're trying to get back to it a little bit, so maybe some people can start sort of helping us out with a few questions.
Yeah.
So it would be lovely if people could send us some questions.
Please.
Remember what month it is.
Yeah.
Maybe
Christmas ones.
yeah. So yeah, where can people send us questions, mate?
They can send them via Twitter, which is at movie_drone, or via email on moviedronepodcast@hotmail.com.
Please do. Moving on again?
Yeah.
This is the next section. This is the section that we love to call
Question time. Question time. Question time. Time for the question. Question time. Question time. Question time. Time for the question. Question time.
Ding. Right. Okay. We have got a question in.
We have, mate.
Someone does love us.
Yeah.
We did not make this one up. Who's it from and what's it about?
I can feel you lulling, mate, so I'm going to pick it up now. I'm going to step in now. This is where my energy comes. You have a sit back for a minute and then we'll swap over again in a little while, all right? So Karim sends in, he says, guys, what are your top 5 scenes incorporating internet search engines? You're not allowed to use the net.
Right.
Right, there we are. That's my effort done. Back over to you. This was hard, Karim. Did you try Googling this?
I'm not going to tell you how I got a few ideas.
No, mine are shit. Every one of them shit. I think only 2 of them actually work because I forgot every film that ever existed. Every time I Googled it or tried to do it, it just brought up loads of random shit. So me and Miles just put our heads together and come up with 5.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right then. What you got then?
Well, number 5, mate. Hard candy. Right? Because when he searched chat room, he must have searched on the internet for a chat room and got on it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right then.
Must have happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. No worries. My number 5. The bling ring.
Okay.
You know what that is?
Nope.
It's the I watched a documentary on it. It's about some kids who used the when the internet was sort of first starting to go into celebrities' houses, Paris Hilton and Lindsay Lohan and that, and steal all their shit. They used the internet to look at where they were and stuff.
Wankers.
And they'll watch the documentary on it, and the girl is really unlikable.
Yeah.
I think they.
Well, I think anyone who breaks into someone's house and takes their shit is unlikable.
But they put it across that she was like made out to be the ringleader, and she sort of come on. She was like, "Oh yeah, this, that, the other." But as it goes on, she sort of like buries herself. Fucking hell, she's not very nice. But
okay,
there we go.
My number 4, mate. The Social Network. There's got to be one in there somewhere.
I think there probably is.
Yeah,
probably is.
Got to be.
Yeah. My number, what is it for?
Yeah,
Chef.
Okay.
He uses a search engine in
he
that
does.
film.
He does. I remember that. Forgot about that one. Otherwise, I probably would have had it. Well done. My number 3, mate. Untraceable. Well, they search for this site that's killing people. The more people log on, the quicker they die. That one.
Okay.
Good film, that.
Is it?
Yeah, especially with the acid and dead and stuff.
Right. Okay. Yeah. My number 3?
Yeah.
Is Her.
Oh, yeah. Good one.
Thank you. It's a great film as well.
It just reminded me of all these films that suddenly went out of my head. Do you know, you think, I know I've seen all these films and scenes. Can't remember one of them. No film existed when I was thinking about this.
I must admit, when you type in films with using search engine, it confuses the search engine a lot.
It don't like it, does it?
No,
it don't. My number 2, mate, teeth. Teeth. She Googles Fanny with teeth, basically. For the Americans, not that end, the other side. And she finds out about this like dental stuff with a Ujima what's it. And then it starts eating boys' Ujima what's it.
Right. Okay.
Good film.
Interesting one. Interesting. My number 2, is it?
Yeah.
Searching. Remember the one? I can't remember what the Asian guy's name is. From,
who's like, dude, where's my car and stuff like that.
Is it him?
I'm sure it's him, isn't it?
Is it? I don't know. Yeah, possibly. Or it could be. I
think he might have been also in American Pie. That's the one where his daughter goes missing, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's literally a search engine.
John Cho. Yeah, the guy who's in such thing as American Pie and Harold and Kumar and Star Trek and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. My number 1, mate, a film I know you didn't like, but I still kind of do for some reason, and I shouldn't really, but it's Yesterday. Right. And he's Googleising, and the Beatles don't exist, and he's typing like the Beatles and shit in, and pictures of Beatles are coming up.
Yeah.
And he types, Coke. Oh, it's all just cocaine. No, where's Coca-Cola and stuff? That sort of stuff. Brilliant.
Yeah, okay. All right.
The only one I could actually remember.
Was it?
Yeah.
I've got a couple now. I was keeping one because I thought you might have it. I don't know which one to choose. My number 1, Unfriended.
Okay.
They do a lot. There's a lot like that in there.
Yeah.
Friend request and all that. I've got another one.
Yeah.
Do you remember that film Nerve?
Yeah.
Watched about that? Yeah. Found that one as well. You know, Al, I struggled a little bit. I was like missing a couple. Do you know how I got mine?
No.
The last couple I wanted. I asked that chat GPT.
Did you?
Yeah.
Never.
He's a funny fucker, isn't he?
Is he?
Well, yeah. He's quite good.
Yeah?
Yeah. I actually asked him to write the review, but on the films, but apparently his knowledge base ends, so he wasn't able to do it. But I might do that in the future. I might ask him to write all my reviews for me and everything. But he came up with some ideas that I'd missed. Yeah.
Oh, good for him.
Quite interesting. Yeah. Quite interesting. Going to take
interesting question though, Karim. It did get me thinking. It did frustrate me, and I'd be interested to know what everyone else's are, because I'm sure other people just go to. I mean, their memory's got to be better than mine. Mine's fried to fuck. I just suddenly forget. I'll be one of them people that goes, I'll go on quiz show and win. And then I know for a second they'd answer me, and I go,
I want to hear you go on that. I wanted to hear you go on that Pop Masters. I wanted you to do that and then freeze on there.
No, Bill, I'll Pop Master, I'd always either get 30 or free.
Well, not live, isn't it?
No.
You know what I mean?
It's like, what's that film with you, isn't it?
Yeah.
All the pressure.
It is. So, mate, thank you very much, Karim.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
Moving on.
Yeah.
We saw a film.
We did, mate. We watched a film. It's currently 7.2 out of 10 on IMDb. It's a 15, 1 hour, 35 minutes long. Bill's a horror thriller with a synopsis of when a group of friends discover how to conjure spirits using an embalmed hand, they become hooked on the new thrill until one of them goes too far and unleashes a terrifying supernatural force. $4.5 million budget so far, grossing $73 million.
This is directed by Danny and Michael Philippou, starring Sophie Wilde, Alexandra Jensen, Joe Bird, Otis Stange, Miranda Otto, and t'others.
This was 2023's Talk to Me.
Clip.
Have you seen the group chat? You're doing it again tonight. No. Please. It's my mom's Remembrance Day. I just want to forget about it.
Who's up?
I'll do it.
Cannot go for more than 90 seconds. Am I clear?
What happens after 90 seconds?
Don't want to stay.
Here we go. It was a bit abrupt, wasn't it?
It was.
Hey, your fingers went down really quick there.
I couldn't. My eyes are not as good as they used to be. Man, I need glasses, but they keep telling me I don't, and I couldn't see the little number counting there.
Oh, okay then, mate. Okay. What did you think of? Is it 2022's, I think, the Australian film from A24? Talk to me. Talk to me.
Talk to me, boy. I think we're going to be on different polarities on this one, mate, if I'm honest. I got a feeling. For me, I'm going to say it was decent. I'm actually going to say it's above decent. It felt a bit fresh for me. Little bit 80s, 90s premise. But I was dragged in. I was happy with it. It seems to be an awful lot of people who don't agree with me, though, and don't like it. So I'm interested to see where you sit. But for me, mate, all right.
Where did you find a lot of people who don't like it?
Umdub.
What?
Umdub.
I don't... What?
Yeah. Lots of people don't like this.
What?
Saying it's tired, old, rehashed. I didn't agree.
Right.
I liked it.
Did you?
Yeah.
I mean, I've only found people who said things like, it's one of the best horror films ever made.
No, I ain't going that far.
Well, yeah, a lot of people. And I've actually put here, I could really do with sitting with someone who can explain why they found it so great.
No.
Because I didn't really think it was very good.
Didn't you?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. I certainly did think that it was nothing different. I've seen it all before. I just missed the appeal on it. I've actually put on here, maybe it's an A24 that feels like a recent Blumhouse film for me.
Okay.
Just borrowing stuff off of other films. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see anything in the way of creativity or difference.
I probably would agree in the aspect of it did feel more Blumhouse than A24.
Yeah.
I certainly would agree. If, like, going with an A24, I do have, for some reason now, a higher expectation than Blumhouse. I think Blumhouse has set its stable quite low.
Yeah, but like I say, A24, someone said that they were doing a musical or something soon, which some people, like you get people probably like me going, musical and that, but they're also doing, there's a film that I'm very interested in, the Dream one. Can't remember what it's actually called now, where everybody is dreaming about this one person. I can't remember what it's called, but it looks very original and the sort of thing that I expect from A24.
Okay,
but this certainly didn't. So I'm sort of interested in sort of finding out from.
I mean, $4.5 million, mate. It's a bargain. It's a bargain. I mean, for reference, mate, just putting it out there, you could have 29 of these for one Meg 2. right. Meg 2 took 395 million. On the numbers at the moment, 73 million. With 29 of these taking the same, you gross over 2 billion. Yeah. All I'm saying, mate, is I think the studios need to think about this shit a little bit.
The Australians do it a little bit on the old cheap budget.
I don't think it looked that cheap. I don't think. It certainly didn't look like a high budget.
It literally was only people in the house.
Yeah, but it was enough. It was enough. I mean, they all these studios seem to want to make records, and they want to blow the box office apart, and they want to make huge money on one big film. Well, actually.
But the thing is, there's a difference. You can't make the Meg 2 in 3 different house locations.
No, I appreciate that, but I'm just saying the obsession with these big blockbusters. Perhaps we should get back to the art of filmmaking.
I mean, we should, but again, I still don't think that this was particularly good. I mean, 4.5 million, yeah, it's all right, but I don't think I'd ever watch it again.
Wouldn't you?
No.
Oh, see, I definitely would. I mean, for me, I appreciate the premise is pretty ridiculous. Like, here, cobber, I found an embalmed hand of my mate.
Yeah, no real backstory.
No real back. And that bit sort of felt the 80s, 90s to me when we're going back to stuff like House of the Demons and shit like that.
I mean, I found the visual of it interesting.
Yeah.
I liked it. I would have liked to maybe have one.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not super.
I'll definitely have a go.
But like the visual, I mean, even if you just had it as like like a movie prop, like you got your fucking brick here from the Empire of the Sun or whatever it is. I can't remember what the name was. If you had like one of these, I don't know, let's call it a monkey paw or whatever, hand thing from the film as a movie prop, it would look pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I liked that, but I still would have liked a bit of lore behind it.
Would you have had a go? If I said to you, hear me, old cobber, got this hand, say talk to me on it, would you give it a go?
I don't know. I mean, I'd like to think that I would.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just have I think I've got enough shit going on to not have to worry about something like that.
I found it weird that every time someone did it and they saw someone, they still hold on to the hand. I'll be like, fuck that, mate.
I'd like to think, I'd like to think that people would trust me to get them out in 90 it's 90 seconds. But if I knew that a demon was going to follow you around if I left you in there long enough,
and temptations,
I can't leave you in there. That would be hilarious.
But yeah, this is, like I said, I know it's the premise, but this is exactly how I'd see something like this being used. Like a group of kids getting hold of it and using it as a party game.
Yeah. I mean, there's other. I mean, you know, we always have these things. These, I suppose, we call them vessels to the to the next life, and that, like Ouija boards and things like that. And I suppose with one of those, most people who know horror and things like that know the lore behind that sort of thing. That's why I think that we probably could have done with a bit of explanation. I
tend to agree because it just sort of was like, here, Jared, let's call her name. It's just Australian sounding name. Jared's got a paw that you hold on to, and they all was like, oh, cool, right, let's all meet up and have a go then.
Yeah.
And I do agree, we could have done not so much a cheesy one, but a bit of background on how it became.
Yeah, it felt a bit shallow. Although, like I say, visually it looked great. I didn't find anything wrong with the acting. I've heard quite a bit about the people thinking that the main girl done a fantastic performance. I can't really say that I thought that she didn't. I thought that it was all fairly solid. I have issues with the characters that were written for them, but I don't think that they particularly messed up with the acting of what they were given.
No.
The main character is the one that I have probably the most problem with.
Okay.
She was obviously a child of loss. Which is, you know, a trope in a lot of these supernatural films, because you have someone who's yearning to see someone that they've lost, you know, so they're very open to doing it. And I don't know, I just think that she was very confusing for me. I was supposed to like her and feel sorry for her, but then on the other hand, I found her character quite bullying at times. And I suppose I found her very unlikable at certain times.
It's that trauma, isn't it? That bit of what she's been through. And like you say, with law, as it is with stuff like this paranormal, is when you're in that situation and that state, you become more open to it and more vulnerable to it.
But like I say, at points, I found her character to be a bully.
I just think she was desperate to be liked. She's desperate to feel something and to feel wanted.
Which is why I believe, why would that character then be aggressive towards other people? You know, for me, it should be one or the other. We should either be led to 100% feel sorry for her or care for her. And I found that confusing. I didn't find that particularly well written in that point.
No, I understand. I think it's that thing, isn't it? Some people try too hard to be liked, and I think she come under that sort of thing. But I've got exactly the same as you, mate. I had no issue with the acting. I wasn't blown away by anyone, but the characters I've got are the only real flaw for me. And the over stereotypical gnarly teens, man, step too far. I mean, I find them ridiculous, and I think they're annoying, but they're probably spot on. I don't know.
I mean, I thought that was quite bland. It seemed to tick all the boxes, you know. We went through, and it is just for this day and age, you know. It's probably true, but we're ticking all the boxes of ethnicity, gender, pronoun, you know. But I thought we sort of forgot to find particularly outstanding actors. They were all fairly solid, but it seemed to me like they were, I suppose you could describe them as people off the street, rather than actual actors.
But I think that can be the film's benefit sometimes. I like that, and like I say, I didn't feel, apart from the main sort of two, one had to lay in a bed, but there's main two, there wasn't really enough meat on the bone for the rest of them.
No, but if you're not going to define the lore behind it and all that, then I find it difficult to have also people who are, you think, are like non-actors. It all started to seem a bit amateurish.
Yeah, I don't disagree, mate. I don't disagree. I do see the points. But yeah, I just don't feel there was enough meat in there. I mean, it's an hour and a half. I could have done with 5-10 more minutes of the lore, and I think that would have helped. I didn't necessarily crave any character build-up. I don't feel like I missed out on the characters.
Right, yeah.
I did love the way it was. I like an Aussie film anyway, but I love the way it was filmed. Right. I love the lighting. Thought the lighting was really good through it.
Right.
Thought it looked really cool.
Okay. I mean, there were some bits. I mean, there's a couple of standout scenes. Obviously, the main one, which was really, as far as I can remember, the only real gory one, which was when Riley, was it? Mm-hmm. Riley, Ripley, one of the two, Riley, when he had obviously his bad sort of head banging scene.
I think that was two scenes that followed each other, because I loved the hedonistic scene where they was almost partying with it and getting high on paranormal. And we had that scene with the music where they was all doing it, and then, like you say, it sort of calmed down again. He got in the chair and then it kicked off. And that did go. That was a good scene.
Yeah, I mean, that was
brutal.
That was probably a fair bit of budget, I would have thought, to do the makeup on that one. So, yeah, I mean, it was. And then I liked the bulldog snogging when they were making him do that. That was obviously a bit rank, but it was still a funny scene.
You'd like to think he got paid.
Yeah, I suppose he had to do it, didn't he?
Yeah,
really, I suppose there must have been something he had to stop it. I think it's pretty grim, wasn't it?
He was pretty nasty.
But yeah, other than that, did I find any other scenes particularly? I mean, I'm struggling a little bit because I watched it when I was away.
Yeah.
So it's obviously been 2 or 3 weeks, and I probably should have taken a few notes while I was watching it, or soon afterwards. So I didn't really do anything until this week, and I found myself forgetting quite a bit of it.
But then that says a lot, doesn't it? Because a good film should really stick with you.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, this is another reason why it didn't sort of float my boat. But yeah, so it was a couple of scenes, nothing really more than that.
No, I tend to agree. It wasn't jam-packed. I thought they had a decent amount of jump scares in there. I don't think they overused them, and there was a few little clever twists and turns in them. For a casual horror film, I can imagine showing this to Little and her pooping her pants at certain stages, and Cassie was behind the pillow in certain things.
Was she?
Yeah, I mean, I just sit there laughing. She sits there behind the pillow. We're all having fun.
If I was to say that I enjoyed some of it, it would have been the first, probably third half, something like that, maybe. I thought it sort of did lose its way when it stopped becoming fun and sort of coherent. I think towards the end, I think the lack of defined story and the fact that it was just sort of like running with a lot of the same supernatural tropes, it did lose its way. Did you not agree? I mean, the
third act for me was by far the weakest. I think we ended up with a pretty obvious ending.
Yeah, I mean, I've put here, I probably could have written the ending as it unfolded and got it 90%.
I'm not sure where else they could have gone with it. It was always going that way, and we had that typical sort of semi-open ending where it could spawn a sequel if it made enough money, and it worries me they're gonna, but I don't feel it needs one or necessarily deserves one.
It just got a bit confusing, like, because you had the spirit in the room sort of beating her up and her dad in the other room, and then you sort of like had the witch women and showing him in hell, and sort of like getting Event Horizon vibes I got from it. But,
I got that similar one, and I got a little bit of It Follows at points.
Yeah,
it certainly had an amount of influence off of other.
But did you find it coherent, really, or I don't know?
For me, it was just a decent standalone horror.
Not even the end, like the end. The end got all muddled with like.
It got very messy, and I could have given or taken the last act, but I think I'd had enough enjoyment in the first two that I knew where it was going. I didn't expect anything more.
Because we did have, like, it was like a demon sort of following her, wasn't it, and going after her. But at the same time, it was led to believe that they wanted Riley and they were going to keep him. And
I think she was taking her demon along that she had already taken, hadn't she? Because she had not let go in time. So I think they tried to mix. I think if she held on for too long, they should have left it with her, and then they put one into Riley as well.
Exactly, and this is where I think you had those two different sort of story lines, because I don't know, maybe they thought the film was going to end too quickly, and that's what they decided. But it just got so sort of, as I said, confused that I just lost interest, and I just thought, you know what, I know what's going to happen at the end. I'm just very surprised that people love it so much. I know there's going to be an element of people who like it because it has got some scary bits, and people do find that something that they want to go and see. But people are calling it one of the best horror films ever.
No, it's not. But I do think if you haven't seen it and you're doing your horror in October month and you're going to watch a different horror film every day, rather than perhaps putting some of them ones in that are a bit ropey, putting something new in, I think it's worth a watch.
Yeah.
I genuinely do. I think it was solid. I got a decent amount of enjoyment from it.
Yeah, I put on a couple of groups on Facebook just to see what would happen. When I put on there, like someone had put something about A24 doing a musical next or something, and I wrote something on there going, it probably can't be as bad as Talk to Me, just to see if
trolling. Yeah,
well, a little, just to drag out some conversation. But it was like just one person going, "Ooh, it was really good," and that was it. Really, it didn't. People are saying that it's their best, but I don't think people are passionate enough about it to have an argument about it. If you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get it. I do think for a casual horror viewer, like I say, Little and watching it, and Cass and people like that, I think as a casual horror one, it's solid. I don't think there's an awful lot wrong with it as a casual film. I think it's got the formula. They've put it all in the pot. They've got enough jump scares in there. They've got enough ghouly looking things in there that scare people. They've got the possession thing and all bits like that. And it all comes out in the wash. I think when you sit back and analyse it and compare it to other horror films, it ain't up there, but it ain't bad. It's all right.
All right. I don't really know if I've got much more to say about it, mate.
I haven't, mate. I haven't. Like I say, for me, I hope this isn't deemed as trying to start sequels and franchises. I hope they just leave it as it is.
They won't.
But it's made 70 odd million off 4.5. Temptation, isn't it? But I've got 71 on it.
Have you?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I've got 40.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world. It's not like a Top Gun or nothing, but it's it was all right to watch. Just the once, and I sort of got a little bit out of it and gave me something to do for an hour and a half. But there we go.
Okay.
All right. You watched anything else?
Watched a few, mate. I've watched Reptile, new Justin Timberlake one. We visit Benicio del Toro. It's all right. It's all right. Decent, that. I think there's a bit too much metaphor in there that's not explained, but what I'd expect from that kind of film, or what she said about the old #MeToo movement, with the old Harvey Weinstein scandal. That's solid. I like that. The Banker, a Samuel L. Jackson one, about the first, or when black guys couldn't sort of buy property and stuff, and they weren't allowed to progress, and they end up trying to buy a bank under the guise of a white guy who's played by Nicholas Hoult. Decent, solid film, that. Actual true story what went on. It's another one in ones where it's quite embarrassing about history, but decent. I watched The Nun 2. Went to the cinema to watch that. It's definitely better than the first one. Yep. And then A Million Miles Away, the new Michael Pena one. About the Mexican astronaut. Little sob at that one.
Oh, God.
Yeah. A little bit. Sobby, you?
I haven't watched. Weirdly, I haven't watched that many films. I've got to be honest, but I watched Cheech and Chong, Still Smoking.
Okay,
that was good fun. I remember that from a long time ago. I watched Gran Turismo. I didn't think much of that.
Fuck me.
Well, it was a bit shit. Yeah. I watched Blue Beetle, which was that DC thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just it's like Shazam, and that it's not really that good.
Okay.
I watched Indiana Jones, the new one.
Right.
Yep, that's not very good.
No.
That one. I watched Sympathy for the Devil, which was Nicolas Cage at his Nicolas Cage best. That was all right.
Yeah.
That was all right. Cage saved the day. But the best thing I watched, I actually did watch The Nun 2 as well, and that is shit. So
not as bad as the first one, though, is it?
I mean,
be honest,
it's like a whodunit horror. No, it's probably not quite.
It's a sequel that's better than the original.
Really. And the best thing I watched was the documentary Wrestlers.
Okay.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah, you enjoy it now, yeah?
So good, yeah. So good. I binge watched it on holiday. I kept getting up early just so I could watch a couple of episodes before Jill got up. It's fantastic.
Take it that was on Steve Day.
No, on every day.
Oh,
Every day was a wrestler day.
Hey.
Best holiday ever. So, so yeah, and that's what I did. You should watch it. You should watch it. It's great. There we go.
I shall.
All right, moving on.
Yes, mate.
This is the next section. This is the section that we have to call
Homework.
There we go. So this is the section where we give each other films that we love and the other one hasn't seen in the hope of uncovering hidden gems. What did you give me this week?
Gave you a film, mate. It was currently 6.3 out of 10 on IMDb. It's a 15, 1 hour, 33 minutes, builds an action drama thriller with synopsis of: when terrorist tries to seize control of a Berlin to Paris flight, a soft-spoken American co-pilot struggles to save the lives of the passengers and the crew whilst forging a surprising connection with one of the hijackers. Starring Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Omid Memar, Aileen Teasel. This is an Amazon film, mates, and no numbers, but this is 2019's 7,500. Just something a bit different about it, I found, from the others, but we'll find out whether you felt the same.
7,500?
Yeah.
Okay, right. It must be the calmest hijack film in places that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Even though it did actually create tension and stress, it just was one of the calmest hijack films.
We didn't have to deal with too many characters of the passengers being divs, did we?
Yeah. I did feel like I was in a cockpit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good. Good that they based it literally in there.
Yeah.
Probably saved on the budget
as
well, which is good. But no, I thought that was quite good. And even when everything's going on, he's got his own like little private Idaho, hasn't he? I quite liked that about it. Joseph Gordon-Levitt, I think he's a good actor.
Yeah.
I do like him.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen him smile.
No.
If I'm honest. So
got that affinity with him.
yeah, but no, I'm not sure I've ever seen him happy, but I think I was remembering like Looper and things like that, and he was quite good in one of the Batman films.
10 Things I Hate About You.
Yeah. No, I thought he was pretty good. And I liked that most of it was viewed from the cockpit, looking backwards through the cameras. I thought that was different. I can't actually remember. Was there an actual other shot? There wasn't really.
I don't think we come out apart from that. We obviously had it when the cockpit door was open. We could see the galley, if you like, whatever you call it, but we never went into the plane.
I do have a little bit of an issue with his character and the decision that he does make. But maybe it's just because I'm a shell with no emotion. But I 100% would have never opened that door.
Yeah,
never.
Would have been probably a shorter and shitter film.
I've got to say sorry to Gill, because obviously if it was her on the other side, I would probably still do the same. I think I would have just switched the camera off.
No.
Right. Now, that sounds harsh, does sound harsh, but he has a responsibility, or thinking about whether I was him, I would have a responsibility for all the passengers. And the easiest thing that he could have done was just gone and landed and let everything else happen outside of that cockpit. And just
probably easier said than done in that situation, isn't it?
Do you reckon?
Well, I'm
not sure. I honestly have had a think about it, right? And I truly believe that I would be able to switch that camera off and the visuals and just forget about it.
I think that would be the ideal scenario, but I think when you're writing a film, a pilot that does that and then we land probably ruins it a little bit. But I understand what you're saying, and that is what they're probably trained to do. But I'd imagine, especially after his missus was gone, then I'd have been like...
Again, that's why I apologise to Gill, because I think I'd still be able to do it.
Such an arsehole. You are right. Just in case you happen to be home now while she's listening, and she's not talking to you, it'll be why.
She'd understand. I think she'd understand. You know, I would be looking after the whole of the plane. You know what I mean? I'm sure she'd understand. But that's why I apologise. But it's good. Like, a film made me put myself in that situation. Yeah. You know, and I thought to myself, you know, what would you do? It's like, yeah, I would certainly 100% switch that camera off. I'd probably put a bit of music on or something. you know, or a little bit of YouTube on my phone on the autopilot and just, you know, chill, let it all balance
You'll
itself out.
You'll probably be rummaging through your bag to get your chocolate bar out or something. Oh, I'm hungry.
I think I did write something about having a little cup of tea or something here. But yeah, you've got. I have. Yeah, look, switch the monitor off and maybe have a snack or put some music on to drown out the screen.
You'd probably be like, we can land you somewhere else. You'd be like, I'll be honest with you, mate. I've got a hotel room booked in Paris, so might as well just carry on to there. Less inconvenience when I get to the other end.
Got a funeral to organise.
Yeah. Oh, dark.
Oh dear. The sweaty terrorist who gets in was a suitably nasty bastard.
Yeah.
Again, character decision. You got to smash his head in, haven't you?
Okay, yeah, completely. I'd have just kept going.
Yeah, you've proper got to.
In the
smash his head
juggler, he would have bled out.
Why would you just want to tie someone up? You know, I know they do it in the films and all that, but you never get them tied up properly. No. They always get out. You know,
bury that fire extinguisher so far into his head that it smushes up.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a couple of decisions that made me frustrated. I know that sort of some people are not as I'm going to say as callous as to switch the monitor off and not worry about it, and obviously wouldn't be able to beat someone to death. But it's just got to happen, isn't it? If you've watched enough films and you get put in a situation like that, you know.
Well, the option is either you're going to get hurt or they're going to get hurt, and I'd much rather someone else get hurt.
Exactly, I'd much rather you get hurt. Yeah. So.
I mean, one thing I had an issue with regards to terrorists, I don't know if you felt it. The synopsis says, whilst forging a surprising connection with one of the hijackers. I didn't feel there was much of a connection there.
I thought that the film tried to show that there was going to be, and then the hijacker just went, which is why I've put on here that I did struggle with having sympathy for the young hijacker, because even though he was young, a terrorist is a terrorist. Yeah. And you sort of got that point where you thought that they were going to have this and he was going to talk him down and that. But then he showed his colours to just be, you know, he pretended that he was young and that. And I think the phone call home was fairly poignant when he had that phone call. But I think his character turn just switched that all and made that forgettable when he sort of towards the end. And I think it lost its way. Yeah. In the end bit.
I mean, I think I like this. I mean, I've just finished watching, or when I watched this, I finished watching that series called Hijack with Idris Elba.
Yeah.
And that was very much done on the passenger side, all within mainly the sort of, what do you call it, the chute of the plane?
Right.
Cabin of the plane.
Right.
Whatever you call it.
Not a chute.
No, whatever it is, wherever all the people are. And it was very done from their thing and how they're reacting and the hijackers. And this gave me another perspective of and I much prefer being in the cabin, I think.
I thought it was a fairly good performance by the two. I thought that the young terrorist played it quite well. Yeah. It did go a little bit. There was a bit at the end as it sort of started to unravel a bit, and I started to lose sympathy for the terrorists. I'm not quite sure whether that's what the filmmakers wanted me to do. I'm sure that they wanted me to feel like there was this connection between the two. The negotiator on the megaphone. Yeah. That did not sound right.
No.
That sounded very scripted, like it was recorded somewhere and just played. It didn't even sound like it was coming from outside the plane. Yeah. It sounded... that was weird. Right. Very weird choice and a very simple fix, I think, which let it down. It made it seem very false at the end. And I
wonder whether that was even played or whether that was just overdubbed onto the track.
I think you're right. I think that that was a misstep, because I think having it in the cockpit felt very real, felt very close. The combat, etc., or whatever you want to call it, and the dialogue inside the cockpit made it feel very real, and then it just lost it right at the end. Yeah. So yeah, I thought that lost it a little bit. So the first two acts I thought were definitely good.
Yeah.
Lost again by the second. It's not going to be the best film ever, but you know, I thought it was all right. I've given it a 63.
I'll take that.
Yeah. Which I think
solid.
Around about on IMDb and stuff like that. I thought it wasn't too bad, mate. Yeah. It wasn't too bad. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
All right. Okay. It's you this week,
Yeah.
next week, week after. I'm giving you a 2023 film directed by Brian Duffield, starring Caitlin Dever. Running time of 93 minutes, budget of 22.8 million. I don't have any box office because it didn't go to it. 6.4 on IMDb, 82% on Rotten Tomatoes, with a synopsis of Bryn finds solace within the walls of the home where she grew up until she's awakened one night by strange noises from an unearthly intruders. I'm giving you a film that Stephen King has described as absolutely fantastic and amazing.
Okay.
2023's No One Will Save You.
Oh,
Right.
interesting.
I think it's Amazon. Is it Netflix, Amazon. One of the two,
okay.
but it didn't go to the cinema, and a lot of people are saying that it should have.
Okay.
All right.
Give it a go. Give it a go.
Okay. The next week's main thing.
Yeah, we'll sort it out, won't we?
Yeah, guess again.
Yeah.
Guess again.
Yeah.
Surprise it.
Yeah.
Surprise it.
Random picker.
Generator.
Yeah, random generator.
Yeah. For a dartboard at the TV.
Yeah.
See what happens. And we'll let you know when we know.
Yeah.
All right. So, mate, do you want to reiterate how people can get us on social media?
Absolutely. Get us via Twitter, which is at movie_drone, or via email on moviedronepodcast@hotmail.com.
You can indeed. And we're back. We are back.
Yeah.
Let's give it a go. Let's give it this scheduling
More regular.
a go. Yeah. I've got no no abroad holidays or nothing coming
No,
up.
I'm done now. I ain't got to pack again. Thank fuck for that. No more packing, no more flying this year. Done with all that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, there we go.
Yeah.
Not our best, but
Eased ourselves back in. Bit of energy.
Give it a go, didn't we?
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, please try start interacting again. I'm sure Marc will be back on the on the social.
Come back to us.
Yeah.
Now we've let you down.
And and we'll see how it goes.
We're sorry.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
So then, mate, you finished?
Yes, mate.
Say goodbye then, Marc.
Goodbye then, Marc.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
See you later.
Have a couple of
Bye.
weeks. Bye.
Got two for you this week, mate. One which is like easy for you to get. We'll all laugh. It'll be fun. The other one I think's really funny, but I've had to explain it to every person I've told it to. Right? It makes me feel sad inside. Right, first one, mate. What is the scariest plant in the jungle?
Hello.
Bamboo. That's a good one, isn't it?
Is that in the jungle? Is it maybe
Yeah,
jungle?
Chinese jungle.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Don't be racist towards jungles. They can be anywhere in the world. Yeah, that scared the kids, that did. They fucking shit themselves. One of them nearly cried. Anyway, my friend told me the other day that I don't know what irony is, which was ironic as we were standing at a bus stop.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand why you've had to explain it to some people.
Yeah. It's great, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all
Not
right.
long, it's not Tenet, but it's good.